Peaches. Today I'm doing a fun little cosplay tutorial. My voice is gone, so you're probably like, oh my god, what? My voice is gone, and it's been for a few days, so I'm super sick, but I was so bored. I was like, I'm gonna film a makeup tutorial. That's what I did. I'm gonna film a video. But we are Boosette today, or Boo, Queen Boo, Princess Boo, whatever. The super crown version of King Boo. So that's what we are doing today, and I hope that you are entertained by this video and that you enjoy it. A lot of things that need to be fixed. I'm also gonna get actual fangs, but we drew on fangs for today. Lots of stuff, but for now, the makeup is complete, so that's what I'm showing you today, but the costume itself still has work. Let's get into it. Enjoy. I start by priming my lips and face to make sure they're ready for makeup. I never liked or trusted primers, but this one is really, really good. I would recommend it. I use Mixing Pigment by LA Girl, which is what I use every single day with my foundation to adjust it to my skin tone for tanning. But for this look, we're gonna go a little bit lighter to give it that ghostly appearance. I was a little startled, but it ended up working out. I use a spatula for thin, even coats to make sure it all blends down correctly. I use this super light concealer to highlight the areas where there still need to be highlights. And now it's time for the first round of setting to make sure that it doesn't move around. Boos have lots of blush in the nose and cheek area, so I wanted to focus all of my attention into the area where they blush when they're hiding. For the contour, to really get that gray ghostly appearance, I used a mixture of gray and my normal brown contour, the way I would when I do traditional goth makeup. When I added the button, I did add blush over it because it ended up looking a little bit too dark, so just beware. I usually blush my nose though. Stayed away from warm toned highlighters and used cool and neutral toned highlighters to make sure that the whole look had an overall cool vibe, but unfortunately the blush was also warm toned, so there was a lot going on. For the eyeshadow, I used pink to complement the contacts I'll be using. I'm building depth and color underneath my eyes to build my aegyo cell. This part was hard to get fully on camera. I basically used my jumbo pencil to highlight and widen my eyes. You can use any white eyeshadow or liquid white eyeliner for this. During this portion, I misshaped my eyeliner, but I kept it in because I want to show you how easy it is to fix eyeliner when you use eyeshadow first instead of liquid. What I do is I trace out my line using eyeshadow because I tend to mess up my eyeliner like the rest of us, so I just wipe it off. I wanted the Boo to have a more downturned eye look versus the cat eye that I was kind of going for, so I wanted more of a puppy dog. In my personal Mario lore, each character has specific eye traits that say things about them. Rosalina has cat eyes, Peach has a more lifted look, Chompette also has like a dog downturned eye shape, and Boosette has a more sharp upward turn as well. In anime, the shape of a character's eyes, I feel like dictate a lot about them, so I like to do that for my own personal styles to differentiate my cosplays. Now it's cleanup time. Boo makeup was more of a concept in my head, so unfortunately I did make a bit of a mess and I just used concealer, and it's very easy to clean up lines. I'm highlighting the inner corners with this little mechanical shimmer pencil. You can use any white eyeliner, eyeshadow to do this. And now I do the same with the upper lids. I'm going to add a bit of contour as shadow just to separate my eyelid from my upper eyebrow area, because now it's eyebrow time. I'm only coloring the tops of my eyebrows because we're going to add concealer underneath. What I should have done is use glue. You can always use glue. I'm not too sure what I want the future of the Boo's eyebrows to look like, but they ended up being sort of long, thin lines. But I think in the future, I want them to look a little bit how I imagine Chompette's look. So I did end up gelling them down, but I think I want them shorter and more circular in the future. While I waited for that nasty gel to dry, I did some other stuff. I blushed my chin to add overall circular vibes to my face. And I added glitter to my eyelids to make my eyes have that more circular, young, round vibe. When I thin out my eyebrows, like when I do 1920s makeup or any sort of makeup that requires my eyebrows to be thinner, you want to pat on instead of drag, pat on the concealer in gentle small waves, but just keep packing it on. This works for conventions, videos, any sort of like digital experience, but I mean, if you want to look normal, I would suggest probably shaving your eyebrows because the hair is always going to show, whether you use glue or concealer or whatnot. The hair is always pretty much going to show, so I would do this more so for costume looks rather than everyday life. I'm adding a sort of sad gothic shape to the fronts of my eyebrows to kind of simulate, I suppose, crying or furrowing your brows. And now it's finally lash time. I use thick anime lashes and I cut them up and I layer them with thinner manga lashes as always. I didn't put them on camera because it's extremely difficult, and then I just bind them with mascara. Typically I do the mascara first and then put them in between the spikes. You can do it however you want to do it. It just depends on my mood. Now to make the lashes look more like they came from your very cartoonishly large eyes, I would just add and fill in any gaps that might be there and then line gently right over all the lashes. Now I'm touching up all my bottom lashes in my little mini mirror. Now that I can see how long the top lashes are, I want the bottom lashes to look like they match. White eyeliner to layer on top of all the powder to increase dimension and add extra highlight. This really makes the cartoon vibe come to life. Now I use this years old freckle pen because I know I cannot live without my freckles. Touching up my nose highlight with this disgusting old palette. And now it's time to add my beauty marks, which I add to every single makeup look. Now it's finally time for the lips, so I'm going to wipe off my lip mask. To get the cartoony Nintendo princess shape, I use concealer on all four corners of my mouth and then blend in. I'm using a pinkish brown lip liner, but I end up making the top lip kind of a brown and the bottom lip a gradient pink because it's been a new thing I've been doing that I like with melanated skin. My top lip is naturally brown and my bottom lip is naturally a pinker color, so I figured why not just kind of do a more exaggerated version of what I look like. Having brown sort of natural lip liner on my lips used to be a big insecurity for me because I really liked pink lips. But I realized I love the way it looks on other people, so why not love it on myself too? And I really like it now. Now I'm touching up my inner corner sparkles with just some thicker, chunkier glitter, which I like to do towards the end. It's time for contacts, and you can tell I was really excited. I keep all of my contacts in an empty tub of Eco Gel because I like to reuse all of my containers. But I'm using pink contacts because I've seen people use those for King Boo, and I think it looks cool. now the wig is on, and I'm realizing this looks exactly like my yandere makeup. We're adding fake fangs because I could not find my real fangs. This is the finished look. This didn't go necessarily as planned, but I mean, I think it worked out okay. So there's obviously some adjustments that need to happen. I need to make alterations to this corset to make it more personal. I need to get an actual red gem because I drew on this construction paper, or grid paper, as you can probably see the grids in it. Yeah, some fitting jewelry, some fitting earrings. So, and then I'm looking for my long white gloves, but I can't find them for the life of me. So we have these lace ones. We have these lace ones on, which I want just like plain solid white gloves, and I have some, but I can't find them. This looks so cute. But yeah, this is how the makeup turned out. I really hope that you enjoyed this and that it was helpful, or that you just watched it and enjoyed it. Bye, peaches.